a few times. But maybe you do not know me because my name keep appearing at inappropriate occasions. For example, Fun Team, Kahoot, or even my face is appearing in their bullshit generator, like the Fun Team sessions. Yeah, that is how much my team love me, that keep showing my face. Yeah, I appreciate their love. So a quick introductions about myself. My name is Lermin. So I was LCP for Isaac in UPM in year 2019 to 2020. So that is the term that I'm in as in UPM. So after UPM, after LCP in UPM, I get the chance to join the national team as MC director. So it's like the director that you all in. So I'm also under MCVP. So I'm the MC director for NPD. So anyone know what is NPD? I think we introduced it before. What is NPD? Yeah.
National Partnership Development.
Oh, okay. Zhen Xuan, we secure one ESD for you. Where is my hash? Yeah, so it's National Partnership Development. So I was MC director for 6 months in doing national partnership. Yeah, which is also the year where we start selling virtual touchpoint because it's COVID, right? So I was basically the national partnership director after COVID. And then after that, I joined MC Core. I continue my MC journey to join MC Core, and the MCVP PD IGV for term 2020 to 2021. And right now, right now I'm the MCP of Isaac Malaysia, which is for year 2020, like in this year until present. So I am still the MCP, and I'm going to elect my successor very soon. So if you realize, yeah, I'm doing also promotions for my elections committee. So if you realize we are posting some election posts in MC Malaysia, please do like it. Yeah, we are opening MCP application very soon. So anyone that is interested, remember to look through the application and apply. Yeah, so that is yeah, so I'm still the MCP lah. Okay, so this is a quick introductions about myself. And of course, if you want to know me, know more about me, you can text me always. I'm always open for people to text me, and also I'm just one call away. Yeah, right. So next, so yeah, since this is my first time meeting every one of you, some of you might not be first time, so just a quick greeting. Nice to meet every one of you. So before I move into my sessions, right, and also before I talk more about what is my MC term ambitions, I wish to listen more from your side, because you have went through 2 rounds of 45 of functional sections just now, right, with my MC team. So in a way, I'm also QCing, did my MC team deliver their sessions effectively or not? So maybe you can tell me, what do you learn more? What is the things that you learn or realize from the functional fair just now? So be it any functions that you join, you can just share. Yeah, so I think everyone here at least joined 2 rounds of functional fair, because it is 2 rounds, right? So anyone you would like to share, what do you went through? Maybe we can go with every functions, right? So let's start with my favorite, no, my first functions that I was in my LC when I was member, and at first, and also my first term of LCVP, which is IGTA. So that is my first functions when I was in EB. So maybe we can hear someone from IGTA. What do you learn from Zhen Xuan? Oh, no IGTA.
And then I can go. Yeah. So hi guys.
Anyone from IGTA you would like to share?
Yeah. I think I'm going to share. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So hi guys. My name is Mai Ting, and I'm from IGTA of Isaac in Health University. So I just joined Zhen Xuan's IGTA track. So yeah, I think what I have learned is more towards customer experience management, because yeah, because I just joined IGTA this February this year, so I might not be so clear about the CXP management part. So throughout the session just now, I actually learned more and understand how CXP works better. And I'm really looking forward to going back to the physical operation next year. Yeah, hopefully. So this is what I learned through the session just now.
Okay, thanks, my thing. Since you learn about hope. Okay.
Maybe I can
Next.
share as well.
Thank you,
Yeah.
IGTA. Okay, then next maybe we can go with my
Okay.
second sentence when I return as LCVP. Let's have OGV. Anyone went to OGV function just now? No one? Julie? No one remember your session, that's why no one want to share. Put you in performance management. Okay, anyone from OG that went OG session just now, what did Julie share to you all?
I think I can share.
Okay.
It's really very the three questions that Julie left to us, which is the why we want to experience in our EB, in why we choose OGB and to experience it, and also what we want to develop in the OGB if we want to choose OGB, and also the last one is actually what if I choose OGB, and then what the things that we can contribute towards OGB. So I think throughout the section, this question is very impressing me, and also keep reminding me like before I choose any function or any developments, these are the three questions that I should answer before I do anything. So that's my sharing. Haha.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen. Okay. Okay, thank you. By the way, I think my side is a bit lagging, so maybe there will be a bit delay, or maybe even if you open your mic, I may not notice. So yeah, I'm sorry if just now there is someone open my, but I didn't notice. Okay. But you can share for the next functions. So next functions that we are that I'm going to call out is the functions that I was in last term, which is PDIGV, but now we call it BD, right? So anyone from BD or PDIGV would like to share what Eugene presented or what Eugene shared to you all?
Hi, Lamine. I think I can share a bit more about BD. So for me, I can understand more about what is the goal of BD as well, because I think it's also, Eugene also mentioned this, that business also goes back to the youth leadership, and it's not all about, finding the money and everything, but we also want to support the business for our youth leadership as well. And especially for BD, I think some things that I have taken note is like something like product understanding is quite important for us, especially when we want to cater to our customers. It's very important for us to do that. And we also have to have synergy as well with other departments, because this is how BD works. We cannot do it alone. We also need other help, such as like IWA or IGV team, to also make BD perform. Yeah, and we also can adapt to our needs as an organization, and also to ensure that we can support the development and also sustainability as well. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for the PDHUA and also BD sharing. Yeah, Eugene is very happy beside me. Okay, so but it's because we are almost ending of time. Maybe I can have one more functions, which is also the functions that having the biggest membership of Isaac Malaysia, which is IGV. So anyone from IGV would like to share what EJ presented and share in the functional thread just now? Woohoo! Let's have IGV. No one want to go. Oh. IGV is always functions that I admire the most.
I think maybe I can go as
Okay.
share. So what I learned from IGV was EJ like differentiated between box and NCR, which was a great thing because I was a bit confused on that. And she also talked about the LDVs and how what's the IGV selection for the next term, like how is it going to be in the physical setting and the virtual setting. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, everyone, and also for those who share. Yeah, we wouldn't go with every functions because we are a bit limited on time. Yeah. So, but before I move into so everyone knows Lead with Purpose, Bloom with Impact. I believe you all see it everywhere, right? That is our MC team stand. And also in I believe in Functional Fair just now, every of the MCVP actually presented and also tell you on what is their functional aspirations, like what happens in the past that lead to what is the directions in the summer, and also currently what they are doing, and also what is inside the function as well. So whether or not what is happening inside the functions or what do we have currently, it is all what built out from the previous term as well, because in 1 year we can't, or even in 6 months, because we are just started in this August, right? So in these few months, we can't build out everything, and it is all what previous term have lived for us, and that is what all we continue from our previous term. But do you know when we come up with this MC stand, and also when we come up with all these initiative and also directions that we have today, what is the things or what is happening in the past context that lead to the directions that we have today, and that lead to the foundations and the strength that we have today? So yeah, it's okay, you do not know because that's why we have these sessions, right? So before we I presented and also before I talk in detail in more on what is happening in the past and also what leads to our directions currently, we will have some puzzle game. So I know that it is after it is evening, it is your nap time, so that's why we have a quick activity, a puzzle game. So later on I will put you into, every one of you, into breakout room. So you all will be split into 6 groups. So every group will be given a set of puzzle with the context, with a lot of context and the things that is happening in ISAC Malaysia across term 18-19 to term 2021. So which is the year that I started to, the year that I was LCP until the year I was as MCVP at PDIGV. So that is why I introduced myself in that way, right? So every group will be given a set of puzzle with context that is happening across year 18-19 to year 2020 or 2021. So what you have to do in the working group and also in the group is that you are required to arrange the context according to the year that you are being assigned to. So later on when you will get the slide, and then when you're going to the breakout room, so group 1 will be 18-19. It will be following the breakout room, right? So if you are breakout room 1, then you will be group 1. If you are breakout room 2, then you will be group 2. So I will send a message with the working sheet, with the working slide into Telegram later. So if you get group 1, then you will be year 18-19. And then if you get group 2, then you will be year 19-20. And you get group 3, then you will be year 2021. So you will, the instruction is already in the slide. So you can just follow what is written on the slide. And then meanwhile, the techie, which is Liang Jun, will put you into the breakout room. So while he is arranging the breakout room, I will share you the slide in the chat. So yeah, so you can go into, later on you will be according, right? So breakout room 1, okay, let me show you the slide. Okay, so you can see you will get a set of context on people or membership, operations and product, as well as finance and legality. So if you are group 1, if you are in breakout room 1, then you'll be group 1, right? So you will be arranging for year 18-19 So it will be two groups that is working for same year. So it will be group 1 and group 4 that is working for year 18-19. Then for year 19-20, it will be group 2 and group 5. So you can just go in the link that I sent in the EB Summit Delegate group. So you will have around 15 minutes for your working space later in your group. But remember, the outcome and also when you're discussing in the group, it's not that you need to get a correct answer, that you must exactly know what is happening in 18-19. It is okay that you are putting into the wrong context, but the main activity and also what we want to see in this activity is you actually have conversations to share across, what do you experience or what do you heard from your predecessor on what is happening in the past. So the point is not getting the most correct context on what is happening under each year, because when I look through the delegate profile as well, and also people here, some of you might join around 2018, or some of you might join even older, or some of you might join only a few months. So the point is for you to have conversations, for you to share across the year that you join, what have you experienced, but not getting the most accurate context and the most accurate answer out here. Okay, so maybe I can have Liang Jun to open the breakout room. So if you remember, you can get the slide link according to the breakout room that you are at. Cool, see you. Okay, sorry for the technical issue. We dropped. So yeah, because of MCA Office Wi-Fi. Yeah, but what am I saying at the last is I will share screen for the context for the slide that you're all working on. So we can have quickly one of the group of each year to present and to share us what do you discuss in the group. So let's start with group 1, like we start with year 18-19. Yeah, maybe it's the years that you all never know before. So we can have either group 1 or group 4 to share what do you discuss and what do you talk about in the breakout room. Anyone from group 1 or group 4? No one? No one, then I will just point. Oh. Do you all want me to point or volunteer? Because the feeling of pointing and volunteer is different. Volunteer is like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Then the feeling of Fassy pointing, you'll be like, oh, will it be me? Will it be me? Or will the Fassy call my name? Yeah, so who want to go?
Maybe I can go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, like at the beginning we were like discussing any one of us being inside Isaac during this term, and then none of us were actually in there. So it's like more of guessing based on physical operations and then the products we have last time. And then yeah, in people and membership, we actually guessed because yeah, Isaac in UMP was disbanded, but it is not in 2019, 2020, 2021, because we have people at that term, but we doesn't know about 18-19. So we guess that it's a wild guess. And then yeah, pipeline crisis is based on the booklet, the legacy of the term that Isaac in Malaysia at that time. So that's why we guessed the pipeline crisis and also the leadership pipeline crisis. Because in term 18-19, it is mentioned their legacies about solving this pipeline crisis. And yeah, for operation and product, it is based on last time they were doing GB operation, right? So strong IR management, and then yeah, strong timeline management also, because I already have experience with GB. And then IC bidding is actually yeah, I guess also like it is possible, maybe. And then finance and legality, yeah, based on GB, so visa situation and not able to get visa, so everything related to visa we put in. And then applying tax exemption is also quite I guess also, yeah.
Okay, thank you for the sharing and also your discussion. You have anything to add?
That's all. That's all.
Okay, okay, thank you, Sashita. Okay, okay, move on to. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm not sure who is lagging. I think it's him. Okay, never mind. We can move into year 1920. I think most of you here might get to know this a bit more. Yeah, this term. Okay, so maybe we can have either group 2 or group 5 to share. Oh, we have nomination, Johan. Hi, my OCP for NLC.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I think I will just have a quick share on 1920, but actually I'm not actually really guarantee that the options that I put here is correct. Yeah. So I think I'll just try to explain it. Yeah. So I'm actually from group 5. So for people's side, I think the context is having some pipeline crisis in LC and MC, perhaps, yeah, and also like having some drop POC and also implement Isaac value, and also maybe something on try to focus in like L&D and also with all the TL facilitation competency, yeah, and also maybe also we'll try to focus on sales and marketing academy, right, building out the competency between members, yeah. And I think in terms of operations, of course, like market penetrations, or maybe because some of the Uspeak forum also carry out in between 19 and 20. Yeah. So I also have something like have a strong synergy between FO and VO, strong timeline management, and also like having some data driven, like refer back some relevance data to identify something. Yeah. And also try to brainstorming for possible strategies. Like in terms of FL, actually not really sure and confirmed. So what we have put down in the slides is about try to shift entity main revenue stream, because we are moving from physical management to virtual management, like in the lately 6 months, I believe, and also like try to improve some of the entity legalities applying to be tax exemption status, perhaps, yeah. So, and also try to engage with government companies, and also like maybe IC Malaysia also decided to be hosted virtually by AI, yeah. So I think that's all for group 5.
Okay, thank you, Johan, for your presentations. So the last year, which is also the recent year, I think is almost half of you are from the generations of year 2021. Okay, let's have either group 3 or group 6. Anyone from group 3 or group 6?
Any last chance? Anyone want to go from group 6 and group 3? Okay, I don't like awkward sign. I go lah. For group 3. I mean group 3.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the year 2021. Since now it's 21, 22, right? So last year, 2021, started COVID, so everything went online. So for people or membership, it'll be virtual fatigue. Then we have bite-sized leadership and also LVB for operation and product. Since if not mistaken, I heard from Mini that A1 started last year and also bite-sized leadership. And then you speak forum, that one I'm assuming also from last year. And then also I got confirmation from friends that CU and Utah fall into entity in that in 2021 for finance and legalities. Yeah, there's not much I can say here. Other than that, we some tembak, some know lah about this. The tax exemption, if not mistaken. Oh, I forgot the name. Oh, okay. What's the name? Mandy. Mandy was in our group, so Mandy was the one spoke about the tax exemption status since she's in FL. I think other than that, yeah, I'm done lah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, wow. Okay, quite correct on your context on term 2021. Yeah, maybe because we are all from the year here. Okay, so there is no like accurate answer or things like that from your from the side, right? I will let you know what is the correct context before, like the correct answer, and also what is the correct sequence of the context and also event that happening. But before that, maybe I can share you a bit on my perspective, or at least from my own experience or from my point of view, the experience as learning across the term 1819 to term 2021 until today. So yeah, have fun everyone, and also welcome back. So it's a alert because Lermin's grandmother storytelling time is coming. They always call me dinosaur, right? But I don't think I am a dinosaur. It's just that I have a bit more experience. Like my ISA experience is just a bit longer than people here, but it doesn't mean that I'm a dinosaur, right? Okay. So yeah, alert ahead. So this is my grandma story telling time. So I hope you can pay attention to this grandma. Okay, you can see this grandma so pretty. Okay, okay, so let's start with the year of 1819. So when I put out, I think there are some people ask, actually it is a LC year or it is MC term, right? So just for your quick information, so that is actually like how MC started the term and how LC started the term is actually at different timeline. So LC started the term at 1st of February to 31st of January next year. However, MC started the term at 1st of August to next year 31st of July. So we are taking over MC at the middle of your LC term. So let's go with Isaac Malaysia year 1819. So this is actually referring to 1st of August 2018 to July 2019. So this is when I was the LCP of Isaac in UPN. I am still in UPN, right? So you can see familiar faces here. For example, Minyi. So Minyi was my LCP mate before. If you cannot recognize, it's because she changed a lot. Yeah, becoming prettier. Yeah, so this is all the LCP. So you might recognize some of your alumni that you might met before from like all the LCPs. So this is when we were the LCP. So in year 1819, I think that time the conversations, or at least when I recall back the year of 1819, the things I remember the most is these two things. So first is what I just took a photo at our MC office window. So you can see how much they actually value and how much they actually keen to drive to the exchange until the mark that they still put at there. So it is MC. They are the what at the window is breakthrough 3440. So 3440 is actually the number of exchange that MC term want to drive on that year. So you can see we still keep it until today, like 3440. And then also this tree logo, some of you might see it before, some of you might not heard about it before. It is actually purposeful ownership and also collaborative, which is the Isaac Malaysia behavior and value that we want to drive. So in short, we actually call it POC. So this is the logo that representing it. So in short, and to highlight, 1819 is a year for Isaac Malaysia. It is the year of the peak. It's the performance peak of Isaac Malaysia, and also it's the year where the graph strive the highest at the highest point. So we actually call it the year of exchange peak, and we are still driving exchange on global volunteer, global talents. So it's because we have been growing a lot since year 2017 until year 2018 and 2019. So that's why the growth curve of Isaac Malaysia at that time is actually going upwards. So and at that time, because of the exchange peak, so we actually in order for us to maintain our performance of the term and also on our exchange performance, we actually drive a lot on standardizations of our process and a lot of SOP. So if you realize right now we have a lot of like standard, there must be a process that we go through. For example, when you get an LVV, you might go through this funnel, the next funnel, that's the next funnel, and we are always with a step, an action step after that, or an SOP, standard operating process. When your LCVP tell you or your team leader tell you, okay, you must do this, you must do this. This is a process. This is SOP. Actually, it is all built and created, and also come from this term and also the term before. So this is where we have all the standardizations of our process and also SOP. At the same time, in this year as well, we focus a lot on project quality management, especially between IGV, especially IGV project. So when you see the context of emphasize a lot on synergy between back office and front office, and also the synergy across functions, it is what actually happened in this year, because we want to maintain on our performance, standardizations, and also maintaining quality is what we are looking into. And how we drive that is also through synergy. And also this is the year where we revise all of our product pricing again, like IGTA, IGV. So if you look into like PBOS and CR, that is all the pricing that we revise in this year to ensure when we able to get quantity, at the same time we can also make sure the sustainability of our products on all the product that we are running. So as what we mentioned about the tree logo that you see just now, we have these three national behavior, which is in short, we call it POC, purposeful, ownership, and collaborative. So at that time, when every time we go conference, every time when we go into national touch point, we will always talk and mention about POC. That is the cultures, and so that is the entity value that we want to strive for, beside for United Malaysia. So for United Malaysia, it also what actually for United Malaysia is the creations at the beginning of year 2018. So this is a term where we continue for United Malaysia, and then we come up with a set of national behavior for us to drive towards for United Malaysia. And of course, when we talk about process standardizations, coming into PM processes is also to be more systematic and data driven. So when just now, if some of you go into PM functions fair, or if you were from PM functions currently, like all the get process, get, keep, develop, and reporting, all the process, it is all actually built out in this term. And all the tracker that we have, and also when we look into performance, when we talk about performance management, PA, commitment score, things like that, all the data that we create, that we are looking into now is what built out in term 1819 as well. And then at the same time, it's because we are running a lot of exchanges, right? So we have this initiative called Entity Leadership. So I still remember we received MCVP from MOC, MCVP from Indonesia to come into Malaysia, and they are going into different LC to talk about their project in their entity and teaching us how to sell the IGV projects of Indonesia and how to sell IGV projects of MOC. This is what we call leadership. And of course, also our IR. IR actually stands for international relationship. So right now, because we cannot have international participants on our project, and we kind of also losing a bit on our IR communications and relationship with other, right? So it's actually same as what you are doing LR as well, with different LC aligning goal of IGV and IGV. So this is the same things that happen across, for example, Malaysia and Indonesia, Malaysia and MOC, which is mainland of China, and like between Malaysia and also Vietnam. Yeah, so just for your information, if you all know Irene, the MCVP OGV of term 1920, she's actually one of the seeder that came into Malaysia before she applied to be MC for ISEC Malaysia. So that is what happening across the term because of exchange. So we have a lot of international relationship, and at the same time, because we are driving a lot and growing in terms of number, that's why we have a lot of standardizations and SOP or process to make sure efficiency of operations. And then also, this is the year that we have been facing leadership crisis, leadership pipeline in MC and also LC as well. Hence, that is also the year that they started a MC project called Pipeline Sustainability Project. So we kind of analyze into every year. So how, like, let's say if you join in year 1, if you join in year 2, how will your career path look like? In ISEC, will you eventually go until MC level, or will you eventually go into LCP layer, to make sure that in next term, they are not facing the same bottleneck, they are not facing the same issue, which is pipeline crisis again. So this is the year of 1819, and to sum out the year of 1819, what is happening, or to conclude, it is a year that we build out a lot of foundations on processes and quality management that lead to all the final process SOP that you experience today. So SOP optimizations and also all those standardizations on process actually improve the efficiency of all of our performance and also all of our operations, including when you are working with PM, including when you are working on finance as well, right? On finance and the implementations, when you are also working on product, you know clear, you are clear with next steps. So after you engage them, what need to happen in the next, and you know, and it is more clearer communications between team leader and team member as well. They know how to direct, they know how to delegate tasks to their member. However, this is a strength that we have built out, but of course, at the same time, we are also kill a lot of space for membership to try and error, as well as to be innovate. So that is also the flaws or the weakness that we realize when we are too optimized and when we are too standardized on our processes. So with this in mind, we go into the next MC term, which is the year of 1920. So this is when Lermin joined MC Beyond as MC director. So any one of you actually came across MC Beyond here? Just for information, MC Beyond looks like this. So any one of you actually came across anyone from the slide? You can just point anyone that you know from this slide. Okay, Travis. Woohoo, Travis. Beside Travis, I know he's the cutest here, but you remember the confession? Lermin is cuter than Travis. Okay, Irene, Karen. Okay, Dana, Karen. Who else? Veron. Okay, whoa, you know Veron. Okay, Lermin. Because Veron share your LRDS before, right? My thing from here, help. Okay, Karen. Okay, no one recognize me? I'm here. Okay. Okay, yeah, so this is MC Beyond. So this is when I was MC director. So this photo took in Cameron, Thailand, actually. So yeah, what happened in MC Beyond after? Oh yeah, Fatih. So what happened in MC Beyond after we had learned all these things from MC Breakthrough, right? So I would say, or I would describe, someone shout COVID behind, but I will describe year 1920 is a year of being resilient. So when we started the year, the term of 1920, actually we do not know COVID will happen, right? So when we started the term, actually we come with a hope, and also the things come with a hope and also the mindset of, oh, we want to continue all the legacy that have been built on 1820, 1819. And of course, we want to grow our performance also, right? Because when we are looking into organization growth, of course, we are aiming for the growth, for the curve to go higher instead of dropping. So that is what we are looking for also. And this is the curve that we always see at the beginning of term 1920. So what with all the processes and with all the basic SOP that we have built out, and all our membership are already stable and also clear with how to move on when they have how are familiar with all the process and SOP. So in order for all to grow higher in term 1920, that is what we are looking into. So we are looking into penetrating into more university and institute. So you might heard from your predecessor where they have LCVP market penetrating market this structure in their LC. That is the reason, and that is why we have in our LC as well. We want to penetrate into more university and also institute. And also from the shift of 1819 to 1920, we actually emphasize more on IZI value, which is this set of 6 IZI value. So this is the you can see the screenshot under the graph lah. So this is the 6th set of IZI value that we emphasize a lot in term 1920 beside POC. So we are kind of also starting shifting membership understanding towards behavior to prioritize more on IZI value. And also because we are looking into penetrations, and we have increased number of membership from SU, which is specialized unit, and also on our expansions. Like for example, let's say for example, UPN, you have your out campus market is UCSI, or from Sunway, you have your out campus market is UNITA, right? So we have started to have more members and also more youth coming from the university or the institute that is not our LC. So we started to establish a proper management on specialized unit and also our expansions. And of course, we also build out digital marketing skill and the strength that we have, because we are looking into, if we want to penetrate into more university, and if we want to expand our branding and also the IZI brand to more university or to more youth, we need to look into digital marketing. So we started to build out digital marketing platform channel. That is why right now you can see even COVID happens, we still can cope with digital marketing shift, like on properly using our channel, things like that. It is also because of this year that we started to realize the importance of digital marketing. That's why when COVID hits, we know and we can utilize our channels better. And of course, this is also the year where improve on legality status, which is on our visa and also tax exemptions, because as we mentioned, we are looking to grow, right? So more youth are coming in, so which means more legalities and also more risks that might be happening if we bring in more international youth in. Of course, we want to minimize the risk of them going for border run or being detained at immigrations. So that is what we are looking into to improve on our legality status, especially on visa, and also to get tax exemptions status to get a recognized status on our organizations as NPO, and also to ease our communication with external. And then also we continue our FAUM for United Malaysia stand until today. That is what we are still using until today as well. So of course, what happened in the middle of term 1920 is COVID, right? So which is the year that everyone experienced. So anyone can share me here what happened after COVID strike? What do you all remember after COVID happens, or after the first MCO or first lockdown? What is the things that communicated from national side, and what do you remember about the change management of COVID? Anyone? You can just type in the chat. People die. Yeah, true. Some people die because of COVID. Online mode, yes. Anything else? change in operation setting. Okay, what is the changes? Yeah, maybe Jolie, you can elaborate more. Okay, GB. The virtual setting. Yep. The tracker. Okay. Economy decisions. Okay, LVV projects. Our new initiative. Okay, okay, cool. Everyone quite clear, huh? So, yeah, in the middle of term, MC term 1920, COVID strike, and the screenshot of this slide on breaking news, it is actually a press release or a town hall that we actually carry out with all of our membership through live on the day before our government announced to lockdown. So after we had this breaking news, actually governments announced that whole Malaysia will be in lockdown, will be in MCO due to COVID. So this is the one of the press release or the town hall or the crisis management that we did. So I still remember the date. It is actually 15th of March on year 2020. And so also this is the slide that I find there, right? So that is the day that marked the difference of the rest of the day until today. So what happens when COVID strike, and as what you all mentioned, a lot of change, and also we have a new initiative, we change into virtual. Of course, first thing that we communicate and first things that we solve actually is break realizations. So we already have a few EP approved, which is exchange participants, like those that is coming into Malaysia. So we have already a few approval, or there are also some EP that is actually in Malaysia that time. So this is the first thing that we manage, and that is also the first crisis that we are solving, because we want to make sure they can go back to their home country. And then at the same time, we want to make sure people are not coming in again, because we are stopped doing exchange because of COVID. And then, yes, we have our new initiative, which is local virtual volunteer, LVV. And then, of course, we totally no hope for visa anymore for internship and also international MC, which is the visa, that the type of visa we are using, which is PVP. So that's why you can see currently we are running a virtual internship, which is VPP, instead of physical internship anymore. And of course, virtual setting, right? Online mode. So we started to master how to do virtual conference. We started to master how to do virtual event. At the same time, LC also starting to initiate a lot of virtual event. For example, your virtual YouSpeak forum, virtual EVA event. That is also the strength that we pick up on that time. And because of this event and incident as well, we started to learn. And right now, until today, we are a master for virtual conferences, right? We can even do fun team in virtual setting. And also, a lot of LC fall into financial crisis due to us couldn't run GV anymore, because if you remember, GV is like global volunteer is always the main product of ISAC Malaysia. So a lot of LC suddenly fall into financial crisis because we couldn't run GV anymore. So in a way, which means we are losing one of our main revenue stream in the LC. So that's why you can see across the context, we have CU and also Utah starting to fall into EID, but actually that is what happened in 2021. But the facts or the things happen here is a lot of LC suddenly fall into financial crisis because we have break realizations that happen. We might need to compensate some of our EP, and we have to make sure our EP safely to go back home. And of course, we are too good at one product, which is GV, and when it suddenly cannot be run, that is what impact, and that is what bring us on financial crisis as well. And of course, at the same time, we shift our focus on marketing, which is on digital marketing. That is just continue on what we have been doing, and also sales competency, because that is also the shift of our revenue stream as well. So this is what happened in term 1920, which is also on MC Beyond. So what we have learned, and also to conclude the term, so it is the year that we relearn the strength that we have. So we started to revisit again, what can we still do even though COVID hit? What can we still can, what is the things that we can still leverage on. That's why we come out with the projects of virtual volunteer, because most of our membership are very good at project management. And if you recall back, starting from term 18-19, we already starting to build on the strength on synergy, on project quality management, on all the partnership for projects. So that is what we have. So this is the year that we relearn on our strength, and that's why we have LVV as the focus of our membership, and that is why we're still running it now, because it is the strength that we have. And this is also the year that teaches us to be resilient, to not give up, even though like economic recessions happen, even though we have to change into virtual. So we write on the legacy that we built out since term 18-19. So even though there are big change on our operations, and even though we started to shift to virtual, but all of the processes and SOP that we have learned, it is still useful, and it will not go the way, right? So that is why we have built out to grow the scale on our operations. And then at the same time, what we have learned also, we learn to be flexible when COVID strike. We learn to be more flexible, to give spaces to LC, to innovate, to try and error while guarding the implementations of basic processes. So if you can, that's why we have a lot of virtual events that is coming out. That's why we started to have like LC doing EVA event and started to play their strength. For example, some of LC actually did run laptop sales by their own, some without us suggesting, and also some LC actually build have their own initiative, for example, to run business challenge, to run a business forum without us giving the idea or suggestions. So that is also what we learn. And also that is what I think LC also learn, to be flexible and to be innovative. So coming to the last term of MC Core, right? I think this is the year where you all are with them, because some of the name that you mentioned, like Karen, Dana, Travis, it is all what you remember. So this is when the year was learning, was MCVP, PDIGV. So before I go into explanations, or from my perspective, what we have experienced, maybe we can have someone also type in the chat what happened in MC Core. This is just last term, okay? Maybe you all have more information. So what happened in MC Core? Yeah, we are COVID babies. Anyone? Okay, planning for VPP. Beside VPP, IYE, International Youth Engagement. Yep. Anything else? What do you remember? By side leadership, exactly. Okay, anything else? Sales audit, do we? Oh, okay, Mark, I think it's OGV function sales audit. Okay. Okay, cool. I will just go with it. So what I remember, or what everyone remember, is the boxes in front of your laptop, right? So every photo is in box, every team photo, every LC photo, I don't know, every photo with your friends on your team is all boxes. So this is the year of post-COVID, I would explain, and this is what everyone remember, right? So we are in virtual, every photo that we take is square. So yeah, and everyone looks good in front of camera because we have filter. So this is what everyone will remember. And also this is what happened as well in term 2021, which is our virtual. And I think we started to have also conversations about we are getting tired and we have virtual fatigue in front of, because we stay too long in front of camera or in front of laptop as well. And also, this is also the year that we continue on virtual volunteer. And of course, we make it more concrete, which I will cover a bit more later. And of course, this is the year where we introduce actually ROI, our national behavior. After Isaac Value, after POC, because we started to bring it back on national behavior because we already lose the conversations or on hold the conversations for half of the term since COVID. And of course, buy-side leadership, glad that everyone remember. I hope you are you were our participants of buy-side leadership. So a quick one with all these 4 things, right? So what happens is also beginning of this term, Aizen UPM actually disbanded. So in case you do not know where is Aizen UMP, is actually in Pahang. So there is one of the LC that we have in East Coast, and it's actually disbanded due to pipeline and also financial issues that they are facing. And then we also have LVV business model revised. So just for your information, when we first started to run LVV at term 1920, that is our first testing water initiative, right? So we actually do not have a concrete business model and also pricing. So this is a year where we revise and we make it more concrete, and that is until today we actually upscale and also continue to run it. So we have LVV pricing, and we introduce national behavior, which is ROI, and then we build a lot of national sales portfolio. One of which is buy side, and then we also started to run national sales for CSR. I think if we are from PD IGA functions or IGA functions, from time to time, we actually release bidding for LC to bid to be part of national partnership. And then we have our conference, virtual conference portfolio. And then we have EVA structures and EVA functions in LC. That's why some of you are from EVA functions. So we also, at the same time, we started to have a lot more conversations with network to emphasize on our core, which is our Isaac essence and also Isaac value of the organizations. Because since COVID, we kind of a bit panic and also a bit do not know what to do. And we started also to have the doubt and also questions that when COVID happened, when we cannot run exchange, that's we still relevant, that the things that IJ want to do is still relevant. So we come back to the conversations that IJ is still a youth leadership development organizations, no matter what product initiative that we are doing, as long as we are striving and as long as we are moving one step forward towards youth leadership, that is what we are doing. So we started to have more of these conversations. And then at the same time, we also focus a lot on risk management and also legality due to COVID policy as well. So we revised our agreement if you look into the context that we presented just now. So to conclude on MC Core and also on year 2021, it is a year that we acknowledge the changes. We started to accept what is happening at the external. We acknowledge the changes and we work on it. We fine-tune our strategy, we fine-tune our structure to work on it. And one thing that we have to acknowledge and understand that we have to accept for ourselves is, yes, there are a lot of changes and also uncertainty. However, in the midst of uncertainty, never forget our core value and our essence of these organizations. And that is why we are here at the first place. That's why in the MC term, we are also calling ourselves MC Core, because that is also what we want to remind ourselves and what we want to remind our membership. So coming into our term, which is MC Blossom, yeah, you can see everything is very pinky and bright because, yeah, we are hopeful. Yeah. So leveraging on the strength and learning from every term, especially for the past 3 terms. So as MC Blossom, we also choose our battle. So if you see this before, or you might not see this before, this is the win and also the battle that we want to strive for as MC 21 in the year of 21-22. So there are 3 community development, value aligned partnership, as well as membership experience. So to go into one by one, right, or why we actually come up with this battle and also why we choose this. So one of the reasons, so like from all the presentations, we have also mentioned, right, volunteer projects, community project is always the focus of the entity and is always the strength that we have. So we have built out the strength that we have on project management and also B2C channel on marketing. That is what we continue leverage on community development, at the same time growing the impact that we have towards the community through delivering youth leadership experience, which is the youth that we are going to bring in for our project. And of course, apart from this, due to safety policy and travel restrictions, we also want to make sure we are still providing more opportunity and exposure to the Malaysian youth through contributing to community. So hence, this is the first win that we choose, and this is the first battle, and that is what we are working on. If you remember, if you went to EJ and also Julie's functional fair, right, mainly on LVB, we are on LVB upscaling, and then at the same time we have one MC initiative which is on local talent that is still we are working on, but this is only what happened in national side. And then we have our B2C marketing, and then we have one national EVA campaign that is coming soon in our summer. So moving on our second battle, on our second things. So we have been built out since year 2021. We have been all the partnership, and we started to teach and also started to build on the competency on marketing and sales, right? So that is what we continue leverage on to have more long-term partnership with the aim and also with the objective of bringing in practical experience and external insight to our membership, also bringing in more exposure to them through connecting them to external through the partner that we can reach to. So, and at the same time, this is what we want to see as well, which is our way to be more relevant to the community, because we are more closer to what is happening at the external. So this is what we are working on by building partnership with different parties, for example, our UR, and we leverage on our alumni and also our board of advisor, and then we started to build more on LinkedIn. If you following Isaac Malaysia LinkedIn, we have a lot of articles, we have a lot of initiatives that we are running to build out our brand, And then lastly as well, the win and also the battle that we choose, which is on membership experience, because leadership crisis, membership retention has been always the pain for the organizations, because we are changing too fast. Every year we have new members that come in and go, and then every year experience is different. And of course, when we are shifting from physical to virtual, this pain have been enhanced as well, because we need to adapt to the new setting, we need to adapt to the new environment. So hence, we choose the battle to build purposeful and high ownership membership, not only towards the organizations, but we hope that the youth that we build can have ownership towards their own experience, towards their own learning as well. So through this, what we do is to build on our national, our culture, national behavior, which is ROI, resilient, ownership, innovative, and of course we work on facilitations a lot, on team leader how to facilitate their members, and also on national team how to facilitate each LCVP, and of course to let them to see that how can they utilize their experience for their career. So with that, that is why we stand for, and that is what always the sentence that you see, live with purpose, boom with impact, because by implementing all this win and battle, that is what we want to see, right? We want to make sure every youth engaged with Isaac is taking ownership for their development, and they can empower more youth to be purposeful. And of course, we want to see that we are continuing growing our youth impact, and we are continuing playing our role of youth leadership development. So when we talk across all these terms, every year or every term, or at least from your side, as in LC, every term seems like a new start, right? We are starting a new term, we have new ambitions, we have new visions, but do not forget that we are always standing on the shoulder of giants because of what had been built out previously. That's why we can do this, because of what the strength that we have lived from the previous term. That's why we can leverage on that. So never forget to appreciate what has the past bring to you when you are, be you in the next CB term or not, or if you are planning, whether you will go for higher positions or not. Never forget what has the past bring to you, and always remember what is your drive and also what is your purpose. And for us, what always drives us, and also what we remember, and by doing all these things, by driving all these stand, that is what we always want to see, which is for a united Malaysia. So it still goes back to our entity stand, and also it still all goes back to the visions that we want to see for Isaac Malaysia, which is for united Malaysia, where we hope and we aim to build a proud and action-driven nation that embrace diversity and takes ownership for a better Malaysia. So that is why we are always aiming, and that is why we are always striving for, and to come up with all this win. That is also the questions that we always ask ourselves, what can we do to bring us closer for United Malaysia? So that is all from my side, from my sessions. I hope you enjoy with my story. And just for your information, if you want to know what is the correct context, right? So this is actually the correct answer. So it is all arranged across the term already according to a column. So for example, people/membership, right? So the first column is 1819, second column is 1920, the third column is 2021. So I actually didn't shuffle it. Yeah, and it's the same across people, membership, operations, product, as well as finance and legality. Yep. Yeah, and I think one more thing that I missed out here, I think in the context as well is all we talk about IC, right? So IC actually stands for International Congress, even though I didn't mention across what is happening, but I think this is the things that I would like to acknowledge, and also I would like to remind every one of you as well. We actually did bid for IC, which is Malaysia. Malaysia is actually was going to host International Congress. However, due to COVID, the plan is on hold, and of course it's cancelled. And then in the end, it decided to be hosted virtually by AI. So if without COVID, and if everything goes smooth, right? International Congress supposed to happen at this year, July. So where we can gather every Isaacer from different countries, like across the world in Malaysia, to celebrate the conference and also to celebrate the year. So yeah, this is actually International Congress. So if you will MC in future, if you have the chance, please bid IC and find back me. I really want to see what will happen when everyone is in Malaysia. Yeah, so that's all from me. Thank you. I hope you can spend some time to read across the context. Yeah.